great to chat with you three today about this new series, Masters of the Universe Revelation. Sarah, I feel like you always play such strong characters, and I know fans love it. Can you tell me what drew you to this project?
Not having to sit in makeup and have to work out. No, I'm kidding. I think initially what drew me to the project was Kevin and his passion. Was he gave me this whole pitch about how he wanted to modernize but still keep what people loved, what was so beloved about it. And he sent me the first few scripts, and I actually found myself wanting to know what happens. And that's so rare to be that involved and have that much emotion in reading something like that.
Chris, I saw you posted about this series on social media. Fans really loved you in Supergirl. So how does it feel to be a part of this project and be a different type of superhero?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a world that I grew up being a fan of when I was a kid, and so getting to sort of play in it as an adult is, it's sort of living out every young boy's fantasy, getting to be He-Man. So no, it's great.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Tiffany, can you tell us what you hope that fans take away from this project?
What I love so much about the original series was that they had these little like snippets at the end that were kind of like lessons for kids growing up, that you'd watch them and they were serious stuff. And so I feel like with our show, we not only have like the funny one-liners and action and stuff, but there is a lot more depth to it. I think that people are going to walk away with the nostalgia that they're expecting from the show, but also walk away and be like, oh, wait, like, I feel like I might have learned something, where it's, I keep going back to it, but it's that cheesy saying of like, we all have the power. And I think that I hope that everyone kind of walks away from the show feeling that. And it's fun for me getting to be the new character, the new kid on the block, and be like, oh, Andra has the power too. Awesome.
And Tiffany, I know a lot of fans also loved when you played Meghan Markle. Do you have any favorite memories looking back at that? And would you ever want to play her again?
I had such an incredible experience on Becoming Royal. The one thing I will always say, it's a joke that I talk with my dad about. I was like, Dad, one day when I get married, I will never have to have a wedding dress, because I had a proper fitting for a wedding dress for that one scene wearing the dress in the movie. And one of the best memories for me is, I think it's one of those things, growing up and being multi-ethnic, you don't often get to see a lot of people out in the world that represent you in that way. And so getting to play Megan, who I think is such a wonderful person, and her and Harry doing so much good stuff in the world, that it was a really, really good experience for me. And I was so happy that I got to do it.
Sarah, looking back at your roles in the past, from Buffy now to Tila, if you could have any of your characters' superpowers or skills, who would it be and why?
I think that, and it's like asking you to pick your favorite child. I think that you take from every character that you play, as much as you bring to each character you play, you also take a little bit. And as you discover the character, you discover things in yourself and on their journey. So I don't think I could ever pick one.
And Stephanie, if I may, Sarah, who is your favorite child?
Well, everyone, I'll tell you that one. It's somebody else's, probably. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, too funny. Chris, were you a fan of Kevin Smith prior to working on the series, and was his involvement with the project something that drew you to this series?
Yeah, so I had worked with Kevin a couple times before. He directed me, and I did a little cameo in his latest movie. And he's a friend of mine, and I knew he was doing the show, and I was just excited to watch it. And then I got this little like sneaky text from him, but he was like, just heads up, there's an audition that's going to be coming over to you for this thing. And when I got the actual email and I saw that it was for He-Man, I was like, oh God, that like this could be something that I get to do. But yeah, I love Kevin. He's such a good energy to work with. He's fun. He's passionate. He's a super fan. You couldn't have a better person at the heart of the show that is about such a classic, nostalgic thing, and then someone who's obsessed with it. So it's contagious, and I'll do anything he wants me to do.
Speaking of anything he wants you to do, no, I'm just kidding. But But it's so true that you touched on something with Kevin, his excitement and his passion. When you do a take that he loves, his whole face lights up, and it makes you want to do that performance even better each time to get that reaction from him, because he's so passionate about what he does. And each time he gets to direct, write, create, it's the first time for him. And that's something that you can lose over time, but he doesn't.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to see the series. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Of course. Stephanie, before you go, Sarah does a really great Skeletor laugh that you should hear.
Oh my gosh, I have to hear it.
Oh
Sarah,
yeah, it's great. Chris, why don't you show my laugh? Here, it's great. It looks like this. Trust me, just like this.